So, the most requested video on my channel currently is an everyday makeup vlog. I ask you guys every week what to film on my channel, and every single time it pops up. And I'm not gonna lie, I have been avoiding it for a little bit because you guys might know I am not a makeup artist, and I definitely don't feel like I'm that experienced in this field. However, as you guys clearly want to see this video, I thought, you know what, let's just sit down and film it today, Laura. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it probably could have come at a little bit of a better time because I just took my extensions out at the weekend. So currently rocking this sort of top knot look because let me tell you now, my hair is in no fit state to be down. It is, oh, like, yeah, there's no words for it. It's discoloured, the length's all over the place. So yeah, you're probably going to see that I'm rocking some slick Rick styles the next few days. So just wanted to put that out there before we do get on to this video. But yeah, today I'm going to be talking you through my everyday makeup look. I'm going to be showing you all the products I put on my face, the brushes that I use, and just the sort of way I do it, really. So yeah, I'm not going to bore you for any longer. If you want to see this look and how I achieve my everyday makeup look, then please continue watching. And also just a little disclaimer, every day does not mean natural, because I know we're going to get a few people saying, oh my god, like, you wear that on an everyday basis. Yeah, I do. If I had a 9 to 5, then I probably wouldn't be wearing this on an everyday basis because my alarm clock always used to win back in those days, and I just roll up with bare minimum makeup. But yeah, I'm just in either all or nothing gal. I either wear a full face or nothing at all, so that's just how it is. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there. But yeah, let's get on to the video. Don't you just hate it when your coffee goes cold? Okay, so rocking the bare face look currently. So we're going to jump in and just go basically through my whole everyday makeup. I'm going to go to brows first because that's where I always start. I know everybody has their different sorts of routines and start at different places all over the face. But for me, brows has to be the starting point because I feel like if I don't have my brows on, I don't know, I just feel a little bit lost. So we're going to go with brows first. So the first product that I'm going to be taking is the PS 3-in-1 Brow Pencil by Primark. It's called a Precision Pencil and Powder. Very, very similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. And it also has a little powder there, but I actually never use that. There's a few different shades of these. I've got the taupe one, which is the lighter shade. I like to go in light, then build. That's just my personal preference. I do also own the darker one, but I don't know where it's gone. I actually do brows on camera like normally because we are doing my everyday makeup routine. I thought I'd just show you everything. So yeah, this is a bit of a rarity. You don't normally get to see this much because brows just take so long. I'm just going to do one brow, I think, on camera and then the other off. But yeah, like I said, it's quite a defined pencil this is. It's sort of got an angle to it. And all I literally do is I just very finely just do like upward strokes and just draw in, like I said, strokes of hair. And I just sort of underline it slightly as well, and that's like as much as I do for that. Then take the Poundland Kohl Me Beautiful. Now this is actually an eyeliner. I brought it in my Poundland video actually for the user's eyebrows, and I actually love it. Like, I actually freaking love it. Like, I ran out of my dark brown eyebrow pencil the other week and I've been using this ever since, and I actually prefer it. So yeah, I've been using this just for the tail bit because, as you can see, I don't have a tail, so I like to just draw that on. So yeah, again, just very lightly because this is really pigmented, this one is, so you just want to be quite careful. I like the beginning bit of my brows to always be a lot lighter compared to sort of middle to end. So that's just a little tip just to give you that more sort of like natural brow if that's what you're going for. Okay, so after I've drawn like the main sort of part of my eyebrows on, I then go in with a new product, and oh my god, guys, I've been absolutely freaking obsessed with this product. Like, it is a game changer for sure, and it is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows. I mean, packaging goals are right there. I feel like all of Charlotte Tilbury's products just look absolute like makeup bag essentials. You know just how they look in your makeup bag? Like, they just look like really expensive and high end and just really, really nice packaging, and I'm all about that. But that's not why I brought it. I actually went and had a full face of makeup done at a Charlotte Tilbury counter the other week in Nottingham, and the girl used this on me, and that's why I picked it up. So it's in the shade, oh my god, I can't even see that. Could be Supermodel, but honestly, like, it's really small what it is. But I believe they have a few shades of this, and they also have a clear one, but I'm using like a dark brown sort of shade, but I will link everything in the description bar. So basically, look how fine this little brush is. Like, it's the finest little brush ever. It's like a setting brow product, but with a bit of colour on at the same time. So it's honestly so amazing. If you want that fluffy brow look, amazing for that. And also, like I said, amazing for setting your brows if you do have like unruly brows that just don't stay, you know when you get them them hairs just don't stay and they're all everywhere. Really good for that. So yeah, I just very lightly, I always wipe a little bit off before I go in with this because it's dark, it's coloured. So yeah, don't go in too heavy. And just really lightly, I go a little bit through the front of the brows and then just all the way through the back of the brows as well. Do little motions, like I said, really gentle, just so that all my hairs are just standing up exactly how I want them to be and they look really sort of like tamed. I also take my Primark brow pencil again, just the end of the spoolie bit, which is obviously clear, just to sort of brush upwards and make sure that nothing is too harsh and that it does look good. So yeah, that's the first brow. I'm just going to do the other brow off camera. Okay, so brows all done. Moving on to base. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This is in coconut. It smells absolutely amazing. And I'm just going to do a few sprays. I like a really dewy finish. Just to let you know my skin type, I have normal skin. I suffer a little bit of dryness maybe from time to time in the winter months, but on an everyday basis, I just have quite normal skin. I don't really have any oily patches or significantly dry patches. So that's a little bit about my skin type. Sort of look I like when it comes to foundation is definitely a more dewy look. I hate anything matte. Like, I don't know, for me personally, I just really like it dewy. I just feel like personally having a dewy base just gives you more of a sort of youthful look rather than a matte base. And yeah, I don't know, I just feel like dewy is the way forward. So that's why I've just sprayed my face with the MAC 6 Plus just to get the glowingness going. And the next thing I'm going to take, and I actually don't think I featured this on my channel yet. I had this back in April for my birthday, and as you can see, it has near enough gone. I've got like probably a few more uses out of this. I'm definitely going to have to repurchase this, but it's not the cheapest. It is the Guerlain L'Or. I think that's how you say it, and it is the Radiance Concentrate with Pure Gold. So this is just a primer, but like a really dewy primer. I actually saw Hannah Renee use this and talk about this in her videos, and she went on about how much she loved this. So that's where I sort of got the inspo from to get this, because her base always looks insane, and it is an incredible product. It definitely is, and I will be repurchasing. My grandma actually got me this for my birthday, by the way, so thanks grandma for this. It was really good because I know she watches my videos. I'm just going to take this, oh my god, it actually is like really running out, and just sort of just pushing it into the skin. And like I said, as soon as you put it on your skin, can you just see like how glowy and dewy my base looks? It just looks so good. I also like to mention that I do suffer with like a lot of red pigmentation on my skin. I'm actually looking into getting something done to help this. So if you guys have any recommendations of what I can get done to my skin to get rid of some of like the red pigmentation, then that would be great. I mean, I don't have like loads, but just a little bit. But yeah, that'd be good. The next thing that I'm going to be using is the Cover FX Blurring Primer. Now, I really like Cover FX products. If you've never tried them, please do, because they are really good. And they also have a highlighting primer or something, and I've got that actually. I occasionally dip into that, and that's really good as well. I like to use this on my nose, and the reason why I love this one out of any of the others that I've tried is because it actually has sort of like a little tinge of colour to it. It's like brown, if that makes sense. So that when I put this on my nose to cover all my pores, it literally is like pore filler. Like, honestly, it is so good. I feel like I can't do my makeup properly unless I put this on my nose, because it really does like close and fill all your pores on your nose, and it gives it like the softest base to apply your foundation to. So yeah, I just always take that every time I do my makeup, just to put on my nose. Onto the good stuff, aka foundation. It's the most important piece of makeup you will own. If your foundation looks crap, your whole makeup looks rubbish, to be quite honest with you. So it's really important that you find yourself a foundation that just obviously suits your skin tone, obviously is the right colour for you, blends nicely, it's not patchy. It's just really important. 3 that I've been absolutely loving at the moment, and I feel like, have I told you about these yet? I don't even know. I feel like it's been that long since I did a Primark makeup tutorial. Yeah, a lot has changed. So the first one I want to talk about is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Now, this isn't suitable for oily skin, I believe. I know a few girls said to me, oh, you like that? Like, it didn't work for me. And when I asked them about their skin type, they said they had oily skin. So yeah, I can't comment how it is on oily skin, but just going from a few of the girls I spoke to that have oily skin, they said this wasn't for them, but I freaking love it personally. Like, I love this foundation. So this is what it looks like. It's full coverage, it's dewy, just everything I love in a foundation. It's really thick. It is really thick. Even though it says Natural Radiant Longwear, like I feel like the natural bit needs to be taken out. It's radiant long wear foundation for me, not natural. Honestly, you only take like 2 or 3 pumps of this and a little bit goes a long way because it is so full coverage, but I love that. And I have that in the shade Aruba, which is quite dark. I normally use Barcelona when I'm lightly tanned, and clearly I use Aruba when I'm very tanned, but I do have to mix this in with a little bit of a lighter foundation. This on its own is really orange, so yeah. The 2 foundations I've been obsessing over at the moment is Giorgio Armani. Giorgio Armani have amazing foundations. If you've not tried them, you need to. First one is Luminous Silk. I've mentioned this so many times, and yeah, holy grail for me. I use this in shade 7, which is quite tanned. It's not like super dark. I think if you use a dark tan, then go for probably shade 8 in the Giorgio Armani, because like I said, I have to sort of mix that with this to get it like the right colour. So yeah, love Luminous Silk. Luminous Silk is more of a medium coverage. You can build it up to full coverage. Very dewy, lovely foundation. My mum uses this and she loves it. Next foundation, and probably the newest foundation that I have in my makeup bag, is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric. Again, I actually seen Hannah Renee obsess over this one and said it's like her sort of holy grail for a night out. But what I've always been put off about this is when I've spoke to the gals on the makeup counter, they've always told me like, oh, it's a really matte finish, so I won't like it. But honestly, it's not all about just the foundation. It's about your base and what you add to your foundation, which I will show you in a minute. So no, I disagree. Although it is a matte foundation, it doesn't mean you're not going to like it if you do like a dewy finish, because there's things that we can do to make this dewy. So yeah, I do love this though. Really full coverage, and it also has an SPF in. And I've got this one in the shade 6.5. Wow, I've not even gone on to my makeup, I just told you about them. The foundations I'm going to use today is the Power Fabric and the NARS mixed in, because like I said, this is 6.5, which is a little light when I've got dark tan on, so I do have to mix it in with the Aruba by the NARS. So my next little trick that I actually use for my base is I add the iconic illuminating drops in. You guys probably know anyway, if you've been here for a while, I absolutely love the iconic illuminating drops. They are honestly so good. I've got them in both shades because they're that good. So I've got them in Original and I think that's Shine. Is that the names? That could be. So one's more like a champagne colour and one's more of a goldy colour, but because I'm tanned, I use the goldy colour to mix them with my foundations. And yeah, they're just really multi-purpose, the iconic drop. You can use them for highlighter, you can use them as like a base before you put your foundation on, and then you can also use them within your foundations to just add some dewiness, and that's how I use them. So I'm just going to take my foundations and just pump them on my hand. I do take a lot. I'm not one of these people that just takes like one drop of foundation. Whenever I watch videos and I see guys just pumping out like one bit of foundation, I'm like, how do you get that to cover the whole of your face? I use so much. And I'm just going to start taking it all over my face. I'm going to take my disgusting beauty sponge, which just ignore please, it has seen better days. Yeah, it's broke and I need a new one, so ignore it. I'm sure you guys all know the problems of a dirty beauty sponge and might be as disgusting as me. So yeah, I'm going to take this. This is actually the Real Techniques one. It's my favourite. I just love it. I've tried loads, but yeah, I always go back to the Real Techniques one. I'm just going to literally bounce this and pat this all into my skin. Okay, so I definitely feel like we can tick the box of glowy dewy skin right now. A little bit too dewy and glowy maybe, but we obviously are going to go in with powder, so yeah. Just know that we're not finished yet. Next up, I'm going in, which I actually need to show you, don't I? The Revolution Conceal and Define. This concealer is absolutely amazing. Honestly, one of my favourites at the moment. I got this in C3, which is like the perfect shade for me. I do like a bright under eye, so that's why I go quite light with my under eye. But yeah, let's just put the concealer on. So I normally just dab a little bit here. I put some down my nose, because I definitely go in with a lot of nose contour, and then I just put a little bit here just to like brighten up the forehead here, because obviously again I am someone that does go in with quite a lot of contouring, so I really like to brighten certain parts of my face. And I also just put like a little bit here just to brighten the chin slightly, because again I do a little bit of chin contour. Gotta get rid of that double chin. And whilst we're here, let me just do my nose contour. I do normally use the other end of this, but it's snapped off and broke. I'm having to use a darker end. But it is from the, do you know the like Kim K rip-off version that Primark did? Yeah, it's the contour stick from there. So I don't actually know what it's called. It's called the Nudes range, but yeah, it's the contour stick from there. And I think when I did the video I wasn't that impressed, but then I've been using it sort of ever since, and it really grew on me, and now I use it all the time. So yeah, I really do actually like this. It's quite like a grey brown tone, so I just use this simply for nose contour, that's it. I can appreciate how crazy I look like right now, but this is all going to be blended in, so I'm going to blend it in now. So when I actually blend my under eye, I actually sort of drag it out so it gets dragged out and like keeps this section all really bright as well. And I just sort of use like real bouncing motions. I don't like drag anything, it's just like very simple, just like bouncing motions. So next we're going to go in with powder. Now I have two favourite powders. I love the Laura Mercier translucent powder. That's like my favourite loose powder of all time. I actually need to restock on that because it is so good and I just feel like you need it. You need it in your makeup kit. Like, it's amazing. Then the powder of the moment, and the one that I've been, oh my god, I nearly took that. The powder of the moment and the one I've been using and loving at the moment, how many times I want to say at the moment, is Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, and I have this in 2 medium, which as you can see it's not like a medium shade or anything, it is super light, and this is the one I use. I love this. It's just so like fine as a powder, and it honestly does feel like you airbrush your face when you put this powder on. So I'm using this brush from Iconic. It's like, I don't know what it's called, it's literally just a brush, but as you can see it's just like really fine, and I just love this brush for powder. I will link the brushes in the description bar if you want to go and have a look. I just take this and I just sort of go like everywhere with this powder. Like I said, I don't like to be too powdery, but I do want to set my face at the same time. I mean, if you don't set your face, then what are you going to look like by the end of the day? So yeah, I just take a little bit under eye. I don't like baking at all. I always get asked, do you bake? And I don't bake. I hate baking. It makes my skin look so dry and like patchy and disgusting. So no, I just prefer just to take a little bit of powder and just sort of tap that on instead, just to set everywhere. I don't know if you can tell, but my skin honestly at this moment in time just looks so flawless. But yeah, you can still sort of see that little bit of dewiness to it. Honestly, this powder is insane, definitely worth every penny. So if you're looking for a new powder, get it. Next we are going on to contour, and the contour palette that I use is the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette. Looks like this. Probably seen better days because yeah, I'm getting to pan on quite a lot of them. I used to use this powder a lot, as you can see. I've not really been using the powders as much lately because yeah, I found others that I prefer. In particular, I just love the NYX contour shades. They are really easy to blend. They're really good colours as well. I normally use these two just here. I sort of mix both of them together, and yeah, that's what I use in my contour. So that's what I'm going to go straight ahead and use. Again, I'm just using a... Oh, I'm using Spectrum now, sorry. They look the same as Iconic. Yeah, I'm using Spectrum A05 brush, an angled sort of like contour brush. So I go in quite light first and I build up. So that's just another little tip. So I always just do that sort of typical contour pout base, just so you can see like where your cheekbones are to sort of structure them and do your contour. I like to go quite high, like to make it look like I've got really like strong cheekbones, which I do have anyway, to be fair. I think I've got quite good cheekbones. Also just taking this like around my forehead. If that's the base so far, I feel like I just look really weird at the moment, because I feel like when you've not got no eye makeup on, no lipstick and stuff, it just, I don't know, it doesn't look right. I actually do my highlight last, I know, like I jump all over the place for makeup. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to move on to lips now. The first thing I'm going to take is a MAC Strip Down. I get so many questions about what lipsticks I use, what lip liner I use, and this is the combination I've been using in every single one of like my past videos lately, and it is MAC Strip Down Lip Liner. This is my favourite lip liner. There's nothing else that competes with it, nothing that compares to it. This is the one. So just go in with this and just overline all my lips. So I'm going to do that now. That's my lips on. Oh my god, like what a difference that makes. So that is just MAC Strip Down all over the lip. I always put it all over the lip. I don't line it, I put it all over the lip. And I feel like doing this, it really ensures that your lipstick stays on all day. So that's just another little tip for you guys. And then lipsticks, what am I going in with today? Okay, there's two things again that I'm loving at the moment, and the Charlotte Tilbury products. Charlotte Tilbury are amazing for lip products. If you've not already tried them, then do. First thing is Charlotte Darling liquid lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. This honestly is the best liquid lipstick I have ever tried. I don't normally like liquid lipsticks. I find them drying, they're too matte, they start like bitting off your lip and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I just don't like them. I really don't like liquid lipsticks. But this is a game changer. It's not drying, it doesn't go like all that bitty on your lips and stuff. It's so moisturizing. So yeah, if you aren't a fan of liquid lipsticks and want to try them, then get this. It's called Hollywood Lips, and this is just what it looks like, again in the really like gorgeous rose gold packaging, which I love. And this is the perfect nude. It really is the perfect nude. So I'm going to go in with this first of all. Can you see that? it's just the best colour ever. It's a really weird step, like I know I'm not a makeup artist, don't shoot me. And then I go in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD powder. It's just a white powder, and I normally just go in with this just to like mattify my lips a little bit more, because I don't like them to look too wet, if that makes sense. And I feel like when you do this, it blends all the lipstick and lip liner together. Like, you don't want that awkward lip line, like it's a no-no. And I just feel like when you just do this, it just, yeah, it makes them matte without drying, and it just sort of blends all the lipstick with the lip liner in. See what I mean? I do also use this lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury, which is called Super Cindy. It's more like a pinky colour. I love this just to dab in the middle, so I'm just going to do that now. I literally dab just the littlest bit and just adds like a tint of colour to your lips if you don't want them too nude. So yeah, that's lips. So for the eyes, I'm taking my Soft Glam Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I feel like this is really underhyped. I love this. I've got the Modern Renaissance and this one, and they're like two of my favourite Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I'm very much of a nude, simple person when it comes to eyes. But the Soft Glam palette has everything you need from sort of like a day to night eye. So this is the sort of palette I always take away with me, because you've got all your natural shades for day to day, but then you've got like a black and some dark browns and some glittery colours for nighttime. So yeah, really good palette in my opinion. I'm going to go in with the shade Burnt Orange, which is just right there. As you can see, I've hit pan. It's just my favourite colour for eyes. I like a nice warm eye, nothing too complex for day to day. And yeah, I'm just going to go underneath. I'm just using, again, a Spectrum brush, just a big fluffy brush for underneath. And all I'm simply going to do is go back into the Burnt Orange and just put it all over my lid. I'm using a MAC, what am I using? A MAC 224 brush. This MAC brush is honestly the best eyeshadow brush ever. If you want like that big fluffy blending brush and you struggle to blend eyeshadow, you need to get the 224 by MAC. It is game changer. So yeah, definitely look at that. If there's one brush I would say I couldn't live without, it's this brush. Onto eyeliners, I always like a little bit of darkness to my eyes, so I always use a black eyeliner. This is just a simple £1 eyeliner from Primark. You cannot go wrong. It's really pigmented, and yeah, there's nothing else to say about a black eyeliner. But I just use this in my waterline, so I'm just going to do that. And then I'm also just going to take my Sigma liquid pen eyeliner just to do small eyeliner line on the top. I always wear lashes on a day-to-day basis, and I just feel like just to blend the lashes with your lash line, you just need to put a little sliver of eyeliner. So that's all I do. I don't do anything overly complex. Sometimes I'll add a wing if I like feel it, but more than likely not. It's really easy to use actually. I got sent this by Sigma a little while ago now, and it's really good. Mascara hasn't changed since my last video, which I think I probably prioritised because I looked like a hot mess. And it is the PS Pro High Impact Mascara Ultra Volume and Lift. I love this mascara. It's from Primark. It's about £3. It does wonders for my lashes, so I'm going to pop some of that on. Okay, so definitely starting to look more human now. Don't we all just look so different without makeup on? I mean, I know some girls just look like drop dead gorgeous without a scrap of makeup on, but I'm definitely not one of them girls. I'm not, and I'm not bothered. I'm really not bothered. I'm starting to like try and just like not care too much about how people perceive me and how people think I look without makeup on. At the end of the day, for me, if you've got a good heart, that's all that matters. That is all that matters, girls. So don't be too hard on yourself, because I know that in the past I've definitely been way too hard on myself with how I look without my makeup on. Right, now on to something fun. We're going on to lashes. Now, I've actually got a brand new pack of these lashes, and these are hands down my favourite everyday glam lashes. They're not everyday lashes because they're still quite impactful, but for everyday, I love these. They're so fluttery. Oh, they're actually closed in. They're so fluttery and they're just beautiful, and they are the Lily lashes in Goddess. These were actually on sale. I don't know how much by. They were on sale on Beauty Bay the other day, so I was like, right, I need to get some. I got these in the J Makeup ones as well, which are in this pot, and they're really like fluffy and beautiful as well. Quite nice for day to day as well. Yeah, this is what they look like in the packet, if that is going to focus. They are beautiful. I think I'm going to have to cut these down probably because it's the first time I'm using them, and yeah, I do think they might be a little bit long for my lashes. I'm going to do one lash on camera because lashes aren't the easiest thing to do. I feel like you need full concentration doing lashes. Don't you just hate it when people try and talk to you when you're doing your lashes? If they speak to me when I'm doing any other part of my makeup, it's fine, but when it comes to lashes, if someone's trying to ask me something, or when I'm in the middle of putting my lash on, I'm like, oh my god, I can feel myself getting so stressed. So I've just put a little bit of the Duo glue on. This is my favourite, the only glue I ever use for lashes, and I sort of like wait about a minute just so it goes like a little bit dry and tacky. Don't ever try and apply lashes straight after you've applied the glue. It's not going to work. It's going to slide around everywhere and it just makes your life so hard. I always take it from the middle as well, my tweezers, and like I said, just like waft it a bit so it dries. Is this the right eye? Yeah. And then I'm just going to close my eye. I go from the middle and then outwards, and then the front bit. And yeah, that was just like so simple, wasn't it? Lashes applied, I'm just going to go back over the liquid liner just to make sure it's all neat and sorted. But this time I'm going to go over with more of like a liquidy one, so not a pen. This just has an end like this, and it is from the Natural Collection. I think it's $1.99. It's a really, really good liquid liner if you're on a budget. So yeah, I'm going to do this off camera. We are coming to the end. I'm now going to go in with highlighter. As I said, I love to do this step last. I feel like I then know my makeup's nearly done. So I'm just going to take the lighter Iconic drops and just put a few of these on the back of my hand. And then what I like to do is just grab my beauty blender and just dab it on like that with the beauty blender. And then just blend it in with your beauty blender. I know a lot of people don't like liquid highlight, but I love it. I think it's so good, and it just makes the perfect base for like your powder highlight. Yeah, I'm all for liquid highlight. The next step is I then go in and set the highlighter with sort of like a powder highlight. So I really love the Becca highlight. I can't remember what shade it is. Champagne Pop. I love it in Champagne Pop, but I've actually run out. So at the moment I'm using the Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion. I think there's two shades. There's like a sort of more of a lighter shade, which is this. Which is not really focusing, and then there's more like of a goldeny one. I really want to get the golden one actually. I'm just using a brush by Bow. A defined small brush at the end, and that's what I sort of like to use for highlight. I'm just going to take my mirror, I'm just going to whack a little bit off and then just tap this on very, very subtly. Well, it's not so I like later highlight, but yeah, I just tap this on. With this highlighter, what I do like to do is I like to go into the inner corner of my eyes just to brighten that up as well. Just like that. It's nothing too much. And then I don't do this all the time, but occasionally I will just go under the eyebrow as well, just to put a little pop of highlight there as well. Yeah, next step is Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. It's quite a natural bronze, to be honest with you. Would I repurchase it? I'm not too sure. But it is still a nice bronzer. It's more of a natural bronzer, I would say. But I like to go in with this, and I just simply like pop this here. And I know this sounds like this is like the weirdest step ever, but the reason why I like to do this is because I just feel like it gives you that little bit of a sun-kissed look. Like, I do like the bright under eye, but I don't want it to be like too much. I want to look like I'm a bit sun-kissed. So I just feel like doing this just does that. Okay, so this is the finished look. This is typically like my everyday makeup. As I mentioned, I know there's a lot of products, but yeah, that's what I do on an everyday basis. So now you guys know. I really do hope you have enjoyed this, and if you want to see any more sort of makeup looks or beauty related videos, then do let me know and leave a comment in the comment box below. Also, do remember to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I shall see you all in my next video. Bye.